I'm old as fuck drinking tea. This is Earl Grey, bro. I'm an old man, bro. Yo, Bones was cutting my hair earlier. Did you know in the middle of my forehead, not that you would pay attention to that, I'm starting to get gray hairs.
I already have gray hairs. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like I got gray hairs on like 3 on the side, I think 1 here, and then like 2 here. Like, yeah, dog. Real world will come at you fast.
That's crazy. Because, you know, back in the day, niggas would be like, oh, you starting to get gray hairs as a young man if you're stressing a lot, this and that. But I'm like, no, maybe it's just genetics. Like, there's a lot of old sayings that I guess niggas used to fall for, but that's not the case.
Yeah. So, well, speaking of genetics, is that like my dad gets gray hairs early, and since everybody was roasting me this week about me having big legs runs on my side, my dad's side of the family. Like even like not to be. I know this. I'm being dead ass hilarious, but I'm being dead ass like elephantitis.
You didn't say big legs. You said thick thighs.
Well, thick thighs. But yeah, they have. But even if I said big legs, they would still look at me crazy.
Nigga, people were dragging you.
Fam. But like on my dad's side, it's like elephantitis and like the legs like runs in the family. I'm actually glad I don't have elephantitis in my legs. And if you guys don't know elephantitis, that means like pretty much a part of your body is like bigger than usual, pretty much.
Oh man, that's crazy. I've seen some people like that. Shout out to them.
Yeah, some people get it fucked up. They get it in their ear, their lip, or it's like their freaking neck, where they're like niggas that think like they got mumps or some shit. But it's like, nah, fam, they just born like that.
Yeah. And by the way, fuck everybody that kind of was adding me from the last episode. I hate to start with shit from the last episode, but I think you guys misunderstood one point that I've made, because Gary wanted to start shit up today and post a dunk conversation I was having with women wearing dunks on dates. He posted on his sneaker convo page.
I posted on our page, but I tried.
But I know what you did. You was under fire, so you wanted to throw me under. Nah,
I'm trying to build.
You were being petty. No, you didn't. I know that move. They got fire under my ass. Let me just drag the other nigga with me so he can feel some of this shit. But to clarify, ladies, what I was trying to say is, I understand that some women are sneakerhead. I'm a sneakerhead. If you have a passion for sneakers, a love for sneakers, by all means, wear some fucking sneakers. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, if you about to meet my mom, you going to the family gathering, we going on a date, it's our anniversary, I do not want to see you in some Dunks or some Jordans unless we met when you were wearing that and it's like a symbolic thing for us. If we going to the movies, we going bowling, we going to Universal Studios, we going to the park, we going for a walk, we going hiking in the hills in LA, by all means, wear some fucking sneakers. But at the 5-star place, I don't think it's fly to do that. That's the only thing, you know.
I know what you meant, but the reason why, like, and this is why I'm kind of glad, like, when like marketing like the clips to like people outside of Palm Beach, it kind of looks like, all right, this is our perspective, but people who don't know us are going to judge us based on what we say.
Oh, 1,000%. It was a lot of people like, oh, maybe she's wearing, some dude was like, maybe she's wearing Dunks because she don't like fat boys. I guess he was trying to say I'm a fat guy. But I'm like, bro, when did this become body shaming? Like, what are we talking about?
Because you're shaming apparently what bitches put on their feet, allegedly.
Oh, my God.
But the thing is, like, another reason why I had that I really wanted to get deeper into that conversation last episode, but obviously, like,
we ran out of time.
But shout out to our guest. She brought up the men in the sassy era, which kind of became the topic of the show. But the reason why I was like, why I was flabbergasted in the clip is because, like, fam, I know you. We into fashion. We obviously we even get into like the women that we're dating. We kind of get them into fashion.
Facts. We buy them sneakers, matching sneakers, all that. Yeah.
So like as far as like us dating, like dating fly women. Dunks is kind of like already the conversation of like our fashion period because we both in the streetwear. But I just don't think it's like because the fact that they didn't know you, they didn't know that, oh wait, I do love women that wear Dunks, but there's like a time and a place for everything. But unfortunately, you can't fit that into a minute clip.
Facts. And the last thing I'm going to say, and we had this conversation earlier today via voice note. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but fellas, picture this. You go to a party, you're a young single guy, and you see a cute girl across the hall or on the other side of the party. She's having a good time with her friends. You're having a good time with your boys. She got on cargo pants, Dunks or some J's, a little crop top, a cute little top, and she's vibing out. Nowadays, it's kind of hard for you to gauge the energy to see if somebody is feminine or masculine. You get what I'm saying? So when you meet a girl that's into sneakers for the first time, sometimes you don't know if she's not being super feminine or girly. You don't know what to classify her as. You know, I hate to say, like, okay, cool. Is she a tomboy? Does she just like sneakers? Does she hoop? Does she play basketball? Or is she a stud? Is she gay? We don't know. So it's like now, as a man, I get to, all right, cool. Let me just wait till I hear her talk to see what kind of person
they gonna kill you for this.
I'm just saying. So it's like, it's tough enough for me to figure out what's going on, unless I know you. You feel me? But it's tough. That's all I'm saying. So again, first impression matters. I don't care what world we live in, what era this is. It's always good to present your best self, at least for the first time. Starting with the first time.
And watch our next live show. All the women are gonna become. They're gonna literally be coming wearing dunks.
Or every woman we have on the show from now on is gonna wear
dunks. She got PTSD.
Oh, give it away! Swoosh! Nike gonna fuck around and fucking endorse us, man. Welcome to another episode of
These Are the Aesthetics.
I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a. I'm a professional shit talker, a.k.a. take anything I say on this show with a grain of salt, a.k.a. I pod for the bad bitches and the real niggas, man. Get out your feelings. That's all. That's it.
All right, man. I go by the name of Gary, a.k.a. In Gary We Trust, a.k.a. Nike Dunk Connoisseur, a.k.a. Black Business Supporter, a.k.a. Pod Poppy.
Yeah. And by the way, to get off this dunk topic, stop wearing pandas around me. Stop.
Oh, you already going, bro. Come on, bro. Let's change topics quickly because I don't want a whole other slew of comments.
Oh, man.
That's its whole little community right there.
Oh, yeah, facts. But how are you feeling, Gary? How's your mental health? How's the week been treating you? I seen that your hot ass was hitting the town a few days ago. You went out on a date, you know.
Yeah.
You out here coming in here with new fucking hats and shit. I don't know what's going on. We used to just shop for each other. We used to buy things that we know the other person liked. I don't know. It's like I'm getting a new Gary now. What's going on?
Well, first of all, the only reason I wore pants today is because I got bullied last week.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I got bullied last week.
The thigh comments kind of.
So I kind of got into my little like dad jean little thing right here.
Or mom jeans.
All right, first of all, watch your mouth.
I'm just saying.
I had enough.
I'm just saying.
Because I've been getting called sassy all fucking week.
I don't judge, man. I'm just saying. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
I don't want you to be here for me. But otherwise, I'm good. I'm actually really psyched for this week because I actually don't really have much planned. Mm-hmm. And because last week I shouts out to the Dude podcast. I was fortunate to be a guest on their podcast. I see that you were actually a guest on someone else's podcast. So
yes, I was.
We were both doing side missions last week.
Yeah. So and it looked a certain way, too.
It did look a certain way. So I was like, oh, I know they about to air each other. I knew the show was coming to an end. Gary's tired of his shit. We knew it. But as far as, like, last week was a big content week, and this week I kind of have a more clear schedule, and I just can't wait to not do shit this week.
How was that experience, recording with the Dude podcast? What did you guys talk about?
Pretty much they just talked about, like, got into fashion. We kind of got into, like, the just topics based around, like, talked about Boosie, or just talked about one of our topics about Tremaine leaving Supreme. It's just kind of just got into, like, on that podcast, I kind of get into, like, really me personally was, like, my inner thoughts. Like, what am I thinking? I'm like, do I feel down or this and that? If you really want to know kind of, like, Gary on another personal level, that's a good episode to talk about as well.
Because, you know what's crazy? Because I did somebody else's podcast, it's kind of different being the guest.
Yeah.
Like, there's a certain level of anxiousness or anxiety. Not anxious. What am I saying? Anxiety that comes with that. Not necessarily like crazy anxiety, but like you don't know how they're gonna carry the show. You don't know their format, so it's kind of like, you know how we have our segments.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're on somebody else's shit, it's like it's all a blur. Like, where's this going? who am I offending? Who am I talking about? What's your target audience?
I would say that, like, as far as like being on someone else's like podcast or platform, is like I actually felt a lot more comfortable because I don't have to carry the conversation.
Facts.
Like, even though like there've been some weeks where it's like, damn, they ain't really shit to talk about, so we really got to drag out this hour. So we just have to keep coming up with topics, and then we started to do prep the night before, and then but literally going on someone else's show, especially like I've known them for years. Like I did content with them thousands of times, so it's like at the end of the day I was just chilling with my homies, but it was on camera. But obviously being on camera every week, being camera shy is like, what is that at this point?
Well, I'm doing okay on my end. I have something, I don't know, my throat's been acting up. Pause. I know that sounds crazy, but I got in my old man bag, got some Earl Grey, made some tea. Cause I'm like, me, I'm like, nigga, rain, sleet, or snow, I'm coming in here to pot.
Oh, I know. If I feel one scratch, X, I'm out.
So yeah, man, and plus this is like I keep telling you guys, this is therapeutic for me. So it's like I come here, and that's one of the days that I get to see this guy in person, and we chop it up. Like nothing beats this. Every week, you feel me? I purposely take the day off, as you guys know it, to do this.
Yeah.
Far as my experience,
not to cut you off, but like shouts out to our producer X. Like, if you guys can't see off camera, he was waving the Lysol bottle.
Oh.
He's like,
no, I'm not sick.
He's like, no, I got a newborn.
Nah, but you know what it is? I'm not sick.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person, as soon as I get an ick, I buy everything out the store. So I got Theraflu, AM, PM, Mucinex,
Dayquil, NyQuil.
I got Vicks. I'm drinking tea. Bro, I got lemon in the car. I don't play.
Bro, the price for antibiotics and like Dayquil, that little pack they got,
yeah.
Bro, that shit like $30, $40.
Yeah,
like, bro,
don't play. It used to be cheap.
Everything went up, bro, and you don't realize that until you actually like fucked up. Like, damn, y'all niggas is really taking advantage of my weakness right now.
Exactly. So right now, bro, I'm stocked. You feel me? I got vitamin C in the car. Oh, trust me, my car look like Walgreens right now. No bullshit.
But how are you doing? Like,
otherwise? I'm good. Life is good. Money is a little slow right now. I don't know if you guys are aware. We kind of in the middle of a recession. Obviously, the news outlets and the government are not trying to scare people type shit. But money is tough out here. It's tough out here to make a decent living. But by the grace of God, I'm healthy. I'm good. Family is straight. I'm not in the hospital, so I'm grateful. You feel me? As far as my experience on somebody else's show, it was cool. A lot of pressures were lifted off my shoulders because I didn't have to carry the conversation. Also, it was just fun. It was just fun to just see people and like other people enjoy what you do. Because sometimes like you get so caught up in creating it, you don't get a chance to enjoy it and listen. Because while I'm talking, I can't really hear myself talk. Mm-hmm. I look back into what I said when I watch the pod again when I get home. So it's like to be receiving what somebody is saying in real time and responding. Yeah. And being careful on how you respond now because you don't have the control over what's going to be edited. It's crazy. Yeah. It made me think about you. I'm like, damn, Gary must go through a lot.
Yeah.
Fucking with me.
Every fucking week.
But yeah, it's been crazy. It's been great. But yeah, it was fun. I think we should do that more often. And I was not
going side missions.
I was not kicking Gary's back in. I was not doing none of that. We're fine. We're still friends. Yes. We're good.
More episodes coming your way.
Yes. Don't panic. All right. What are we starting with today? Let me see.
Where do you want to start?
What's on the docket? Okay, cool. Let's talk about Mr. Gunna himself.
That's my nigga right there.
Yeah. A lot of people. To me, it's a 50-50 situation, right?
Why are we talking about Gunna?
Gunna had his show in New York, right? Mm-hmm. He had a show in the Barclays Center, one night only. He called it. It's a play on word,
which is like very timely, by the way. Very timely because obviously Gunna is very into fashion. So like him having his first concert back in New York during Fashion Week, it kind of like it makes sense.
Which is a cheat code as well, because after you've been sitting in the shows, if you want some entertainment and you don't want to go to a club. You want to listen to some good music type shit. So, And I think that started a conversation online. A lot of the street niggas were in an uproar. I thought, man, nobody was supposed to be fucking with this nigga, man. His show was packed. I think he did 20 or 30,000 people one night only. I think he performed. Bones, my barber Bones went to the show.
Word? I think it was like, it was a lot of, I don't think it was that much, but I think it was like 7,000 to 12,000, but still a good amount of people.
I heard it was 20 to 30,000.
I wouldn't be surprised. It is Barclays at the end of the day.
But Bones went to the show. Bones was like, yo, this nigga performed 36 songs.
Damn.
By himself,
All
no
hits.
features. DDG opened up for him, you feel me? And he did a good job as well. So, you know, you kind of have to congratulate, you know, the effort, the gall, the courage it takes to know that the world is against you. People are rooting for you to fail, and you know you keep prevailing. I guess you keep going against the odds. I have my own personal feelings towards Gunna, but I am never gonna say he's not a talented guy. But since the world was kind of going through like a split debacle on who fucks with him and why he should not be on this level and why he should. How do you feel about the situation?
You know what I mean, man. I'll tell you, if you work a 9 to 5 and you talking about street shit, shut the fuck up. Like, let's be real. We all snitching. If you a citizen, you probably snitching. let's cut the schematics. But
there's street niggas that work a 9 to 5. There's gang members that work a 9 to 5.
Fam, you can't gang bang at night and then do telemarketing during the day. It just don't make sense. What type of, all right, bro.
What kind of balanced life is this?
What do I know? But as far as like what the Gunna show is, like, obviously I was in New York. I wish I was in New York because I would love to be involved in Fashion Week and shit. But like as far as like the show is, like I saw the intro to it and I see that he redid like the I think it's called the Colors thing when he was like playing like Top Off. He had like the mic and all the way down. The mic drop, and it's just really dope. Like he's in shape. Like he can tell that
I saw that. He's fit.
He was gearing up for this performance and he killed it. And I would say I'm going to say a hot take. Street niggas, clean your ears, put your seatbelt on. Gunna is a bigger artist than Lil Baby right now. Sorry, he is. I'll say it.
I'm not gonna go on the ledge to say this, only simply because Lil Baby is actually on tour right now, IOU tour. He's doing multiple cities. So I can't just say Gunna is the bigger artist because he sold out one show after disappearing and staying low for a while. Because, I mean, just off the cachet and his name and the storyline and what was going on, people were gonna show up to see a disaster or a great show. Because that show could have went left. You feel me? Because if he sucked and he couldn't hold his own weight in there, people would have talked about him. It could have hurt his career, to be honest. So the fact that he had an amazing show and everything was on the up and up, he sounded good, he looked good, I think it did him a good, you know, I think he did himself a solid pretty much.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, he did the concert in New York Fashion Week, which is a cheat code because obviously he talks about literally clothing and vintage and drip on pretty much all his songs. So like everybody, obviously, when they're getting ready to go somewhere, these white girls are saying "QP ski, fuck you mean," like literally. So it's like that was literally the best demographic, and honestly, A+ for his team for even setting that up.
Do you think he's pussy for having that show in New York and not Atlanta? Be honest.
I don't think he's pussy. I think he's smart. Because obviously he knows that like Atlanta's pretty much is like Atlanta's really trying not to fuck with him because like literally in the street code they're not supposed to. But like I think that he probably should stay away from Atlanta right now at least.
But do you think he's being You're not answering my question.
Like I said, he's not being pussy. He's being smart. That's a difference. Being pussy is one thing and being smart is another thing.
Can you tell me what the difference is?
Well, all right. The difference in being pussy.
Because if you didn't do anything wrong, you confident in yourself and you that nigga, then why not? You got security, you got your label people,
fam,
you can hire help.
Fam, there be niggas that really to risk their whole life for a freaking Gucci belt. Like, you know how like a badge of honor say, oh, I finally killed that rat ass nigga Gunna because he was he rat on YSL, and that's why like Young Thug's in jail forever, this and that. I'm the dude that actually put an end to his career. There's niggas like that, and it's just I'm pretty sure he's well aware. It's like. That's why you don't see him walking around the mall and shit because he's like, you know that shit not sweet. Even like 6ix9ine was like what's it called? Like he was in New York, but he would literally be walking around with a fucking SWAT team around him. He know he can't like all this shit he be doing here in Palm Beach, be going to 7-Eleven, going to the mall. He can't do that shit in New York.
You describing niggas that's moving pussy.
Cheech. All right. You know what? You know what's smart? If there's one nigga that got beef with you and he's around 10 niggas and there's a function that you plan on going to, I think it's kind of smart you don't go to that event. That's not being pussy. That's being smart.
I'm just saying, it kind of looks away that the city you kind of blew up from, the city you kind of rose to fame from, and you damn near collaborated with all the producers out of that city to get to the level you at, and you couldn't even perform at the Falcon Stadium? I mean, they have security in New York. I'm just saying, it just looks away. You feel me? Like, to me, it just looks away, and it feels like he's running from something. I'm not saying he's not being smart with his life, but what I'm saying is the song lyrics, the shit you was affiliated by, the shit you stood for 2 years ago, now you having a show in New York. So that's all I'm saying. It looks away.
Let me ask you, Jay Prince. Let me ask you, Jay Prince. Would you
Cheech Prince?
Cheech Prince, like if you were Gunna, would you perform in Atlanta?
If I knew I didn't do anything wrong, yes, I would get the necessary security, and I would beef up my security, and I would make the necessary arrangements. Yes, I would, just to prove a point. Fam, I was not of age, but I remember when 50's ops were in the room, he put on a bulletproof vest and went on the stage and performed Many Men. I was alive for that era. I'm sorry. Fam. 50 is still taking shots at Ja Rule 20 years later, knowing that he could run into him in a business meeting, at a hotel, at a fucking football game, basketball game. Right. It's just, to me, if you a real nigga, you stand on what you stand on, it is what it is.
Can I ask you a
nigga,
question?
If you feel like you didn't do nothing wrong, Gunna is, Thug is still your man, why are you running? Why are you ducking?
So is Chief Keef pussy for not going back to Chicago?
Different scenario. Different scenario. Because if you got actual beef and niggas died behind this shit, like, so far, we know niggas went to jail behind this shit. When it escalates to murder and people getting killed, it's different. Lil Durk be in Chicago, fam.
Not really.
All right, I'm not saying these niggas don't have a fucking mansion in L.A. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just letting you know, it's like Gucci moving out of... It's like Drake not living in Toronto. It kind of looks away. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I get
Shout out to Gunna. It was a beautiful show. Salute. But take your ass back to Atlanta if you wear fucking boxers and not panties. That's all.
Fam, go grab your 4 BBL woman in LA on a yacht. Do your thing, bro.
I feel you. Stay safe. You know, I guess the overall message is do what's best for you and for your brand.
Yes.
Let me not spew toxic street shit over here.
Don't try to prove things over some broke niggas on the internet.
Yeah, facts. I understand that. Again, let me finish by saying I'm not a street nigga. I was just raised with certain values as a man.
I'm Jay Prince.
I'm not Jay Prince. I'm not Jay Prince. All right, let's get into the next topic. What are we talking about?
Oh, okay, obviously. So Team USA is out of the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And they scored, I believe, 3rd place, which is bronze.
Yeah.
And obviously the reason why this is news, because I'm pretty sure you heard like last week or possibly the week before, the sprinter Noah Lyles, he just won some award for pretty much like whatever Usain Bolt won, he did it too, but it's like he did it in like this era pretty much. So like he was literally at a press conference, literally getting interviewed after, and then he's like, "Hey, how do you feel about like the NBA saying that they're world champions?" And then he said the famous quote, "Champions of what? The US?" And they
that was hate.
It was hate for 1000% hate. And as I'm like pulling up like the pictures, is that so? Yeah, so Team USA actually they lost to Canada, so they weren't even getting a medal. So I wanted to ask you is that, first of all, in the question, do you think Noah Lyles is right for saying that like the fact is that when the NBA wins like the championship, do they deserve to call themselves the world champions? And before you even give your take, I think it's actually well for the audience to know you were born in another country.
Yes.
So what's your perspective on this?
I think there's merit to it because America for the longest have been known as the land of opportunity. So a lot of people come here to be the best that they could be and have the freedom to do it. So with that being said, let's just say I'm from Africa, right? I come to the States. I try out for the best teams in my state. rise up the ranks, play travel football or basketball or soccer, make it to the big leagues where I'm rubbing shoulders with people of the same skill set as me. Yes, I'm part of the best of the best. The league is not just full of Americans, bro. Matter of fact, the league is damn near 70% European people, people from overseas. So
not 70%, but
you know what I mean. There's a huge
30, maybe 30, 40.
Nah, I think it's more than that.
30, 40.
I think in sports, period, in America, come on.
Like basketball players that was born in another country, probably 30, 40.
Whatever the stats are, right? Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, my teammates, if I'm African, I might have a teammate that's American. I might have another teammate that's Argentinian, German, and shit like that. So yes, in the pool I'm competing in, I have other nations combined. So yes, if we win, we are the best of the best from that cloth. Whenever Team USA goes to the Olympics, we always clean up 90% of the times. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the conversation is. Like if I think you only start hearing that type of talk when niggas start losing. Because when we winning, oh shit, best of the best, best in the world, niggas getting medals, cool. As soon as niggas start losing or niggas start getting bitter or niggas been fighting for years to get to a position and finally get something, it's like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. It's like the nerd kid that never got attention that finally won prom king. Now all of a sudden he think he's the coolest kid on campus. Like, fam, he was a nerd 2 days ago. Relax. They give you an honorary fucking thing, and now you running off with it. Like, relax.
I understand, and like, so pretty much like when Noah Lyles said like the big statement, champions of what? He got a lot of backlash, obviously from players from the league. Drake even chimed in, which is even crazy. Is that like a lot of people had some words for it. What I would say is, to an extent, he is right, because it's like when you're competing in the NBA, you're really versing state to state. But the gray area is that the NBA is so big, and like all the good basketball players around the world try their best to make it to the NBA.
Of course.
Like literally the best players in the NBA are not even born in this country. Like you have like Luka Doncic, honestly, technically the best player in the NBA right now, like the Joker. I think he's from Siberia, I think. Yeah. But like, so pretty much all these, we got Joel Embiid, like you even had like even legends, Dirk Nowitzki, you have so many, Pau Gasol, even down to Kyrie. Kyrie was born in Australia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think his parents was like either working or was like in the army, something like that, but he was born in Australia. But like what I would say is that he is right to an extent, because 9 times out of 10 with the NBA and even baseball too, you're kind of literally versing state versus state, because most of the players were born in this country, went to colleges in this country, and are playing for this country. But the thing is, I want to get into as well is like the fact that like he said that, and then literally a week or two later, the USA is out the championship. I wanted to tell you like the starting lineup. You got Paola Banchero, the light-skinned dude in Orlando. I'm literally just gonna say this the starting lineup, and this is what's representing USA. Mikal Bridges. He's literally a role player. Jalen Brunson, he's a good player, but he's the second best option on the championship team. Mm-hmm. Anthony Edwards is the best player probably on that USA team, and he's the best player on his team on the Timberwolves. But the Timberwolves are struggling to get out the first round of the playoffs every fucking year. Tyrese Halliburton, overpaid. He is a third option on a championship team, in my opinion. Josh Hart, he's just a role player on any regular team. Brandon Ingram, this nigga play like he's amazing. He just play like he always plays like he doesn't want to play today. Just keep it real. Jaren Jackson, one of the best defensive players, but he's a role player. Then the rest of these niggas, come on, bro. You got Bobby Portis, bro. Like, come on, bro.
That's crazy.
And I'm not even trying to disrespect.
You don't got the heavy hitters.
You don't got the heavy hitters, and these are the people representing our country. And I want to tell you just a list of the best players of this country. You got LeBron James, KD, Devin Booker. Like you have Steph. Like you have
KD.
Like, all these people, like. You have like all these people who are probably born in this country and it can represent it. And I'm like, yo, fam, the fact with this list, you really expect to represent USA and win a gold medal with this?
Them niggas are too rich, man. They don't want to do that shit no more.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm kind of glad the fact that reports came out this week that due to the fact that like USA didn't win the gold, LeBron even put out a statement that he wants to represent Team USA for next year, which is going to be in the Paris Olympics. He's going to have people that are technically quote unquote already confirmed. He's gonna have Steph, KD, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, Draymond Green, and I'm like, yes,
That's a better watch.
yes, this is you guys are literally creating another version of the Redeem Team or the Dream Team.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's the shit that pisses me off. It's like the fact that y'all have these. I'm sorry, I'm calling them scrubs, but it's like you have these like low tier basketball players representing our country.
Is polite. I like.
You have these low tier basketball players representing our country. That makes Noah Lyles look like he was right. And I guess I know I'm rambling at this point, but as far as with Noah Lyles, he is right, but he did say it, as you said, from a place of hate.
Yes.
He's really just tight. Your phone good?
Spicy, right?
Yes, he was being spicy, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why he's mad is because yes, he is talented, and I'm pretty sure he watches someone play basketball that literally have half his skill level and gets paid way more than him. That's where probably the spiciness came from.
True. And I feel like there's hate between all these sports anyway, because everybody feel like they're more athletic than the other. It's like that's like me saying like, oh, radio is trash. Like, fam, it's a whole different ball game. It's like you just can't compete, or you can compare yourself to anybody else. I feel like once you start doing that, you start losing already, because mentally you're not focused enough on your shit. Period. That's just how I feel. Because if I sit here and wake up every day and compare this podcast to any other podcast, it's either I'm gonna feel good or I'm gonna feel shitty. There's only two options. Or I could focus on my own personal development and make this the best thing it could be to compete with the top of the top. That's it. At the end of the day, nigga, if you good at running, run. Get your bag, support your family, change the lives of the people close to you, and shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. But shouts out to him because he knew what he said was gonna go viral, which it did.
I've never seen fucking LeBron compare himself to Lewis Hamilton. This nigga drive a race car. I play ball. Great.
Shit.
Salute, black man. Keep doing your thing in your department, in your field.
Of course.
Shut the fuck up.
And
We need to tell these athletes. And again, there's a quote from a few years ago that a woman said on TV that LeBron got pissed at. And
oh, don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of these niggas need to shut the fuck up. Y'all didn't even graduate college. Niggas, nerds was doing y'all homework for y'all to play for the team, make the team look good, hype up the sports department. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. You good at playing basketball? Focus on basketball.
But obviously, a couple of the basketball players do have the right to say, I am the best in the world, because they have gone literally to the Olympics and literally killed everybody, every other freaking country that, hey, yo, we are the best in this basketball team. And even to the team that beat them, Germany, like Dennis Schroeder was the MVP of the fucking game. And Dennis Schroeder plays in the NBA. Are you really going to tell me Dennis Schroeder is the best basketball player in the world? He is like the sixth option on a championship team. No disrespect.
Shout out to Dennis Schroeder.
And I would say, if we really get into the conversation like a subtopic, I would say is if any athlete would say they are the greatest in the world, they are the GOAT of athletes right now, I would give it to Messi.
That's true.
This man won a World Cup, went to a whole nother league, and is killing niggas with effort. Without effort.
Oh, I was gonna say that
without effort.
That nigga look like he's sleeping on the field. He's scoring. Bro, we so trash. Bro, MLS is so trash. Shout out to MLS. Man. This nigga look like he's a kid at a playground. Bro, he's not even trying.
Fam, he literally called some of his homies on that he used to play in Barcelona. Hey, yo, fam, I'm going to this whack ass league. How about you come on this team?
I haven't seen Messi sweat.
Bro, this nigga looks so casual in Publix.
That was crazy. And his style done changed. He's in Florida now. He's cuffing his jeans a certain way. Yo, Messi,
shouts out to him. He just
you
got
better
that
stay
crib.
faithful, bro. Don't get caught up with one of these. All right.
Fam, he was in Spain. He knows how to stay faithful.
All right. Good for you. Salute. Keep making us look good, man. I'm gonna catch one of these games when the ticket prices go down.
Shit, when the nosebleeds is not a grand.
That's crazy,
See me
bro.
there.
That shit is crazy. I can even enjoy shit in my own city, bro. That's wild. Oh man.
Yes,
Okay.
but a topic we meant to talk about like for episodes now pretty much is like, obviously, you know, I'm in the streetwear. I know Cheech doesn't really scream it as much. Cheech is in the streetwear.
That was hate.
It is hate.
That was hate. But okay.
But like, yes, we're both heavily into fashion, and then like obviously as some people call us streetwear lovers or hype beasts, like Supreme
Enthusiasts.
as you guys know, everyone's aware of the fucking brand Supreme.
Yes.
Now, if you guys didn't know, the creative director, he was appointed creative director, Tremaine Emory. Obviously, you guys don't know Tremendous, or by Kanye stance, Tremendous. But like, he has the popular brand that your favorite rapper is probably rocking now called Denim Tears. If you guys don't know what Denim Tears is, it's pretty much when you see a nigga with Levi pants and it has like literally cotton little images on the pants. That's his brand. So pretty much what Tremaine is to Supreme is what Virgil was to LV, but obviously on a lower scale. So news came out abruptly that he stepped away from Supreme after 2 years, and he says, and I guess literally the next day after news came out, he said it was because of systemic racism. Now, as more news come out, I think the main reason why, obviously, is for systemic racism that he claimed, but there was also a collection he wanted to do with another, like I believe it was an African artist, and apparently like the big wigs of Supreme kind of cease and desist the collection without him knowing, and I think that was a straw that broke the camel's back. So I kind of want to ask you, what do you think of the whole situation?
I'm gonna sound. I don't want to sound like a coon, and I don't want to sound, and I want to try to be as polite as I can when I say this, but I think Jay-Z had a lyric that said, Martin Luther walked so Obama can run. You feel me? So I feel like when black people get in certain spaces that was occupied by whites, I think your job is to break the mold. You feel me? You there to make a change, to show people that we can do this. Stop trying to worry about how much shit you can get done. Just do the work. Be a good representation of hard work. Be a pioneer. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with being the first person through that door. Now, you don't have to keep going and try to unlock every fucking door past that door. Yes, work as hard as you can. But sometimes it's good to just be in that space, do as much as you can, and create room for what's to come. You feel me? Because these brands, especially like a brand like LV, it was ran by white people for so long that even they had to adjust having a black person, i.e. Virgil, running things. Now they have a Pharrell that's bringing all his goon friends like Pusha T to Paris to perform and start beefs on the fucking runway. So again,
they love that shit, by the way.
Great. I'm just saying the fashion world, again, I'm not trying to sound like a coon. I'm not caping for anybody, and I'm not caping for white people. But like, the fashion world has seen the best of us. They've seen the worst of us. You feel me? The Kanye shit is still recent. All the shit he was doing while he was affiliated with Balenciaga and Adidas and all that shit. So yeah, these people, like, you gotta spoon feed them. You gotta take baby steps in these corporations to work yourself up the ladder. Fam, you just got the job 2 years ago, and you trying to collaborate with an African artist? I'm not saying it's true.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Again, I don't care to be controversial. I'm just saying baby steps. How about you collaborate with a UK brand? Start from the top. Show them you could play ball and then ease in.
They gonna kill us.
I'm just saying, bro.
They gonna kill us.
Gary, I'm pretty sure at some point
the cameras is rolling.
I don't give a fuck. This has to be said because everybody be trying to do too much, bro. I never see fucking Pharrell out here swinging his dick, putting his dick on all the tables, saying, "Bernard, cut me my check. Bring me a bag right now." No, relax, bro. It's okay. You the first in that space. It's an honor to, bro. We all love Supreme. There's a lot of black people that have backed Supreme for years. Some will say we make the brand cooler. It used to be a skating brand. You feel me? With certain collaborations with certain hip-hop artists and hip-hop pioneers, it became what it is today in pop culture. What I'm saying is sometimes niggas try to bite more than they could chew. And again, slavery has been around and systemic racism has been around for years, bro. You're not gonna walk in an office and expect somebody that is 80 years old, an 80-year-old white man, to change his viewpoint about black issues. You're not. You just not.
That's a point.
You can't go work for Bill Gates and try to tell him how to run his fucking company. Fam, I've been successful here before you. You here as a help. So my advice to Tremaine is, bro, I understand you have your own success, you have your own brand, but shit get ran differently here. It's not the same thing.
Well,
sometimes you gotta get down or lay down, and it's like, I get it, bro. You did it. You were the first black creative director of Supreme. Enjoy that. Soak that in. Work so they could see that, yo, these people, these black people could thrive at this height, and maybe you're going to pave the way for others to come. But all that extra shit niggas be trying to do too soon, again, too soon, stop.
Well,
relax.
You made some points, but the thing is like, what I kind of respect about Tremaine is like, no matter what position you in, everybody got morals.
Yeah, of course.
And to be honest, we don't know what happened behind the scenes. Like, in my personal opinion, with everything was going on with like this situation, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more underlying shit that he just wasn't fucking with.
He was probably dealing with day-to-day shit as well.
It was probably like, in my opinion, I think there's systemic racism in any corporate company.
Of course.
That's just me personally. And due to the fact that, if you guys don't know, like, if you haven't know what he looks like, Tremaine Emory, he has a kind of unique look to him. He's not the most clean-cut guy. He has dreads, a beard. He kind of wears baggy clothes. He has, like, a very distinctive look to him.
He have an artsy look.
He has an artsy look. And some white people, especially...
He looks like a fat black hippie.
I wouldn't really say that, but he has his own look to him.
You know what I hate? You agree with me, but you're not gonna say.
Well, I wouldn't say he's a fat black hippie, but I would say, all right, he looks like the dude that kind of like he enjoys 420. Is that safe to say?
Who else enjoys 420?
You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I'm just saying.
So what I'm saying is about what Tremaine, like, damn, I don't know how I can put my words. I'm not trying to pander or anything, but it's like, yes, you did make solid points where it's like, yo, fam. But I just didn't like how you said that, like, all right, fam, you were the first black this, you should appreciate this. But unfortunately, just having a title isn't for everybody. It's like, yo, if you want me in this position, you need to give me the creative freedom that you literally signed me up for.
Yeah, but that takes time, Gary. That takes time.
I know it takes time. He's been there for 2 years.
But that's something creatives got to understand. Great. You are an engineer. You got hired by Mercedes-Benz. This company was thriving before you got here. Yes, you have a great chip that you've been working on your whole life. That's great. Mm-hmm. It could potentially work for a car that we might have in the future. But for now, how about you learn the history of the company, the what the company stands for. Bask and do your research, trying to get to know these CEOs and what they stand for.
All right, I understand.
That's all I'm saying. People be trying to change shit too fast, and guess what? White people are, bro, historically, they're not hip to change, very quick change.
You're right. But the thing is that when it comes to like dealing with a brand, it's like I thought about this too, and on a way lower scale, obviously. But it's like, say if like I'm sponsored by a brand, say if I'm sponsored by Balenciaga, and then like I've been wearing Balenciaga for a year and a half, they're paying me to wear their clothes, I'm modeling. Then that child pornography shit came out. I ain't gonna hold you. My spirit won't sit right with that.
Cool.
And obviously I know a contract is a contract, but if I physically can't stomach it and I know I'm going against my morals, I gotta get out of here. That's just me. That's just me personally. But as far as I just think that his morals were compromised. It's like, yo, fam, I just can't do it.
Or sometimes niggas be thinking they hot shit. My thing is, oh shit, I'm popping up here. I don't gotta fucking listen to you. I'm my own boss. Imagine if Virgil was moving like that. Oh, nigga, I got the hottest shit in the streets. I got Off-White cooking in all fucking stores in Atlanta. It's making a killing. I'm a multi-millionaire. I don't fucking have to listen to you. I could have my own runway show out here. I could have my show in New York, Paris, London Fashion Week. I could do that. But again, if we want to break the mold, if we want to ascend to those certain heights, we have to learn how to play ball. I'm not saying for you to be a coon. I'm not saying for you to suck up to white people. I'm not saying for you to not do the hard work. But it takes time to change. Takes time. I'm sorry. You can't walk in my fucking company and try to destroy and change everything that we've done here in the last 20 years. Gary, would you allow somebody to come in your closet right now and rearrange your fucking how you fix your shoes up?
No, I would not. And you are making good points, but as far as like with creative director and like usually when you hire someone to be a creative director, you trust their vision. Maybe this is like I don't think he had the creative freedom he think that he was like signed up for. Well, that's a whole nother conversation. That's it.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm not caping for these white companies. I just dealt with white people, even at my job. Sometimes my boss want to hear himself talk. Guess what I do? Okay, I listen, nod my head, and sometimes, like, bro, dealing with people in general, bro, sometimes somebody want to, like, these, bro, most of these company owners, they don't understand the creative process. Mm-hmm. They know how to sell something, but they don't know how to create something. I want you to hear me clearly. So it's like you hiring me to do a job, but you still stuck in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s way of doing something, and it doesn't work. I'm telling you how to connect with the new age kids, and you telling me how you've been doing it for 20 years. It's not going to work. So it's either one, you go and focus on your own shit, or you play ball. That's it. In my opinion.
I understand.
Maybe I'm black and white, but that's how I feel.
I understand, but as far as like you, very black and white, you're making solid points, but I feel like where he probably had an issue is just his morals.
Yeah, I get it.
His morals kicked in.
I get it. That I understand.
So a conversation I kind of wanted to have is because I see that like the older we get, like, you know, that meme where you see like people in high school, when you get to high school your freshman year, you have like literally 30 to 50 friends, and then it dwindles down to your senior year that you only just hang out with 3 to 4 people.
Facts.
So as far as like when you graduate from high school and then you're in college, and to be honest, I want to take college out of the situation too, because when you're college is kind of like a playground. You're always going to run into damn near the same people depending on the person you are. So you always have opportunities to meet people. But literally when you graduate college and you're in the quote unquote real world, how somebody in their mid 20s or in their early 30s, or even no matter how the fuck old you are, how is somebody supposed to make friends as an adult?
There's a few ways, actually.
And actually, even before you even explained, the reason why I thought of the topic is because I realized that like my sister, she went away to a whole another state, and I realized that she's making friends outside of school, and it's like she's just basically going with the flow of like letting just kind of embracing the environment she's in. But some people just don't know how to do that. Quote unquote is like, think of like bad bitches. How you know the term bad bitches come in pairs, not in groups.
Okay, true. How to make friends as an adult. I think the first way is to, one, know who you are. Number one, you have to know yourself. You have to know what you like and what you don't like, what you're willing to put up with and what you're not willing to put up with. Number one. Number two, you have to be willing to compromise and not compromise at the same time. Meaning, like, you have to be willing to be around younger people, because younger people exist in the world. So you're going to meet a lot of stupid young people that are younger than you, and you're going to meet some smart ones with a slick mouth. You have to kind of learn how to deal with that. But the other important thing is you don't have to decrease who you are to match the energy of somebody. Like, if the new wave of kids is doing something on TikTok, if you're more of an Instagram guy, stick to Instagram. You feel me? Like, you could gradually learn about TikTok. You could know about something, but you don't have to follow every trend or every wave to seem cool. You feel me? Also, activities. If you enjoy going to the gym, I'm pretty sure inside of the gym, while you're going to the gym, posting about the gym, you're going to meet similar people that have those same interests. Oh, shit, you go here, bro. I go to the same Planet Fitness on 45th. Damn, dog, I never see you when I go in there. Yeah, bro, I usually go on Tuesdays, bro. I bet we'll link up, man. You can spot me, this and that. That's another way to make friends. While you're in the lunchroom, having lunch, you can have small talks with your coworkers. If you guys have mutual things in common, like kids, married, if you guys are married, have kids, have properties, have real estate shit on the side.
You can relate to something.
You could relate to something. I feel like you just got to do some of the things you love and meet people while doing it. I feel like as an adult, that's the quickest way to do things, because as a Wall Street guy, it's not gonna benefit you to know the stripper. You feel me? You could have fun with the stripper after work. You can have fun with the stripper the night before you go work.
But that'll be transactional.
It will be transactional. So it's like you kind of have to deal with people on the same intellectual path as you, or that share the same hobbies as you, or that share the same interest as you. Because when you trying too hard, or you losing who you are to come down to somebody else's level, then you playing catch up. And it's like you gonna be the old guy trying to be cool forever. You're gonna be the 30-year-old at, let's say, a Pangea. You feel me? And that's nuts.
See, and like talking about this topic, is I was even thinking about myself, and like I was talking to like to my girlfriend, and we were talking about how, Gary, how come everywhere we go, you kind of just like, people just always want to like talk to you because you. I'm like, I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm like I'm light skinned, I got glasses, so I just naturally just have an open aura about myself.
You look approachable.
I'm very, very approachable. But as far as like, everyone knows, and like just by my appearance, I have some form of like interest in fashion or sneakers, and like everyone knows me, I'm into sneakers. And like, as far as like, I met you and literally majority of my friends through sneakers, and then like the people I didn't meet through sneakers, I literally met them at parties I went to with people I knew that were into sneakers. That's how it kind of blossoms into like, hey, I have a social life now. And as far as like, say if like you're like 25 to 30, I think really good ways to meet people, like if you go to the gym, or it's like, this is even gonna sound crazy, I still think the mall is an underrated place to meet people.
Oh, for sure.
Because like the reason why I say the mall is a decent place is because like that's like literally your leisure time, and you're always more vulnerable in your leisure time because you have time to spare. And I think places that are not good to make friends, in my opinion, and people, I'm gonna get killed for this, I do not think it's cool. It's the best place to meet someone at the club. That's just my personal opinion. Because the reason why I'm saying it's a little skewed, because it's kind of like a nocturnal night setting. And it's like there's a lot of loud music, there's a lot of distractions, and to be honest, it's like usually in the club people
you can network. I don't think it's good to make friends.
You can, and even me, it's like I had a conversation with someone literally yesterday where like even networking in the club is even kind of weird, is because it's like I said, there's a lot of distractions, and it's like how I know that like the conversation I'm having, if I really just want friends, I'm in a very transactional place. I'm getting charged every time I breathe. I get charged at the bar. I get charged to get in. I get charged to paying valet. And it's like, if I'm literally in a place where I know my money's being spent consistently, my comfortability is kind of a little bit lower, in my opinion. So I feel like you said, knowing yourself is like, if you have like a hobby, like, if you like a woman, if you like to read, go to Barnes and Noble. Well, actually, I don't even think that's a good place, because usually people like to be by themselves in libraries and Barnes and Noble. True. But as far as like places,
but you could be in the aisle looking for a book, and somebody could refer a book to you or suggest something you could read. You feel me? Or you go there so much that the cashier has a relationship with you, and y'all become friends.
That is true.
You feel me? So it's different. It's variations.
Literally, like even like my girlfriend, like she's into writing. Like she likes to write scripts, and she literally created a thing called Writer Social, where it's like people in the city, if you like to do anything with like writing, like movies, short stories, whatever, just meet me at this one place. And people were coming like literally every week, and you can tell like during the certain people that come, they're kind of relieved by the fact that, hey, I'm finally meeting people who are like have the same interests as me. So as far as like know your interests, and then try to like mesh that interest with someone else as well, if you really want to like meet people.
And you got to be willing to meet new people too.
That's another thing.
A lot of people like, they feel like, I think they're just entitled. Like, oh, somebody is going to see I'm wearing this shoe, and they're going to make a comment, or they're going to compliment me, and that's going to start a conversation.
Or you wear a band t-shirt. Do you really listen to them?
Yeah, so it's like sometimes you got to extend your hand. You feel me? Sometimes you have to initiate the conversation. Just like you would if you meet a pretty girl at a bar or something. You feel me? Like, it could be as simple as, oh, bro, I like your shirt, bro. Oh, you into that? Oh, you wearing the Cowboys hat. You love the Cowboys, bro? Shit, bro. Growing up, my dad loved them. My favorite quarterback growing up. It's like any little thing. To me, it's easy to talk because I love to talk. And, you know, I could relate to pretty much anybody. So it's like, it's really not hard for me at all. I have all type of friends from different paths of life. 1 week, y'all could call me the podcast guy. The next week, I'm in the strip club with some scammers. I'm everywhere doing everything. So... but yeah, just be yourself. I would say the number one thing is be yourself. As long as you being yourself, you'll be fine. But you know, another thing I was thinking about throughout the week, and I wanted to actually bring it on the show and discuss it on the show. Actually, is a lot. There's a bad connotation around the word selfish, and I feel like people are more selfish than they think. Number one, and also being selfish is, I don't think is that bad of a thing. I think that's part of being happy, is to be selfish sometimes.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know, I know a lot of girls might disagree, but when y'all put your phone on D&D, you being selfish.
Oh, 1,000%.
You being selfish with your energy, your time, and you might choose to be unavailable to a group of people, and you might choose when to revisit certain conversations and answer certain phone calls and texts when you feel like it. That's being selfish. You feel me? So I just want people to prioritize themselves. You feel me? I know it's not spoken of a lot, but you know, I know older people think we got it easy, but I feel like there's more distractions and the world is getting harder. You feel me? Especially for young people. Rent is sky high. Nigga, if it's the first I just pay my rent, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to talk, you feel me? And certain conversations, they're just going to throw you off anyway, you feel me? Sometimes I think now as an adult, it's good to have, I guess, calculated conversations or planned conversations. Because like even for us, we had a conversation to have last week, and we actually set a date to have the conversation.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Hey,
exactly.
Let's talk Sunday. I know you off. I'm going to be free around this time. Let's chop it up. And there was nothing wrong with that because we're two busy guys.
Exactly.
You feel me? We could come in the middle at this time and talk.
I don't think people understand that. Like the reason why if you see me at one place and you see Cheech at one place, we're not together. We have two completely different schedules.
Like
when I get off work, he goes to work. When he gets off work, I'm already sleeping to go to work in the morning.
Exactly. And yeah, I'm saying like just prioritize yourself. Like even with your family, like it's okay to not go to every single birthday party. Like you gonna,
I have understood that this year.
It's gonna settle in at some point, and especially you get to realize that more when you have your own family. Like you can't be there for everyone, and that's something that I feel like the world needs to stop making young people feel guilty about. Because I know I have women friends that feel guilty if they miss a brunch with their friends or they miss a birthday party, and it's like, yo, you could Zelle this person, you could ship some flowers to their house, you feel me? You could buy a gift and drop it off the night before. You could see this person on your day off the next day. Like we all got bills and responsibilities, even with family. Bro, my mom be grilling me about making time to spend with extended family or talking to people I haven't spoken to in years. That's cool, but it's like the way my life is set up, sometimes it kind of gets hard. I don't even have time to argue now, bro. I don't. I'm very selfish with my energy and my time because, bro, that's my inventory, bro. I need that shit.
Yeah, and even trust me, I can relate to this topic. I know, like, we have to wrap up very soon, but it's like, as far as being selfish, like this year, I would admit that this is probably the most selfish year I've personally had.
I agree.
That's hate. But
I said I agree. I agree.
That's hate. But the reason why I say like this year has been like the most selfish for me is because I have the most ever in my life on my plate this year, and I just have to like literally find time to like literally reserve my own energy to keep my own peace. And like literally, Cheech literally grilled me last week like, yo, fam, we haven't hung out this and that. Like, yo, I'm sorry, dog, but you gotta remember on Wednesdays I be mentally cooked because I literally I wake up at freaking let's say like 7 o'clock in the morning. I have to literally, even though I know work from home, boo-hoo, I know. But, like, I literally wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking
You got to brush your teeth, sit on the bed.
Literally, right?
Oh, my God.
I have to, like, I work in customer service. So I literally get over 80 to 100 incoming calls alone. Not even including emailing people at the same time. But
Scary.
It's scary, right? But as far as, like, I'm giving my energy to a lot of people already in the span of 8 hours. And on top of it, I'm literally coming here to literally argue with Cheech, of all people.
Facts.
So literally, so I'm already cooked 10 to 11 hours already. And then on top of it, Cheech want me to drive all the way to West Palm to argue again with some more niggas. But I'm literally, that's why I'm saying that, like, as far as like with compromisation, we're working on that. But as far as it being selfish, it's like, be selfish to a point, to a point where it's like you're not affecting or harming anybody else. Because your own peace is important at the end of the day, but just try not to hurt others while doing it.
Again, I guess to wrap up, I think being a little selfish helps with happiness.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, you got to make sure you communicate with your loved ones so they can know what's going on. You can't just put your phone on D&D. Nobody would know what the fuck you are. Now I'm concerned. Now I'm going to figure out if you're okay or not. You feel me?
Exactly.
But, like,
especially someone you share a bed with, you should always be communication.
So it's okay to put your phone on D&D. It's okay to not to say no to that outing. It's okay to want to go to sleep early. It's okay to not choose to take a day off to go party. It's okay. For example, if we don't want you to be a guest on this platform and we can hang out outside of here, it's okay to say no. It's okay to chill with your girl instead of your boys. It's okay, it's okay to say no to your boss about doing extra work for the same pay. You feel me?
Yeah, that's another story. But
it's okay to say no to picking people up from the Miami airport at 6 in the morning.
Okay, so this is getting personal.
No, but I did it too.
No, this is getting personal.
It didn't do that. It happened to me. So I'm just saying this. I promise you, I'm not talking about what you think I'm talking about. But
are you okay?
It's okay to not be okay.
Bro, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
It's okay to argue with your co-host.
Where do you go, my man? We gotta go.
I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a. It's okay to be yourself, a.k.a. It's okay to finish on time so we can get out of here.
Yes, and
it's okay for y'all to come back next week to watch the next episode.
Stupid, man. Well, I go by the name of Gary, a.k.a. In Gary We Trust, a.k.a. Pod Poppy, a.k.a. It's okay to be okay by yourself sometimes. That's true.
That was hate. That was hate.
Not hate.
This is
These are the aesthetics.
See y'all next week.
Peace.